Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Seller Board Show. My name is Vladi Gordon, and my today's guest is Yael Cabilly. She's an owner of a law firm called Cabilly and an FBA broker, or rather an e-commerce broker, Fortunate. And today we're going to talk about selling your Amazon business. So if you're interested in, knowing how much your business is worth and how a sales process looks like, then this episode is for you. Before we start, make sure you check out our software. Sellerboard.com is a profit analytics tool for Amazon sellers with a ton of other stuff included, like the autoresponder for follow-up mail campaigns, the PPC optimization module, a module which helps you get money back for lost and damaged inventory, which was lost or damaged in the FBA warehouse by Amazon, and a ton of other stuff. And it's all starting at $19 a month. And there's a 1-month free trial. Follow the link in the description. Subscribe to our channel. Press the like button if you like this video, and let us know what you think. We'd like to know your opinion about the topics we discuss about the show. And if you have any questions to us or to the guest, then feel free to comment this video. Now let's start the show. So let's talk about your second company for a couple of minutes now. You said it's about selling the businesses, or tell us more about this.
Right. So the second company named Fortunate, we're 3 partners. One of them, Michal, she comes more from the M&A world. She's been working in a large international firm dealing with M&As. And the third partner is actually an ex-Amazon seller who sold this 7 figures business. He's also an accountant, so he's responsible for all the financials. But what we do basically is, if you're a mid or large seller, what we do is we help you, first of all, gathering all the information, getting ready for the sale, deciding if yes or no that's the right time to sell. Sometimes, we actually tell you should wait. And then we help you gathering the financial information and creating a full P&L. So when you have softwares, for example, like Sellerboard, it's really easier and it goes faster. If you don't have one, then we'll try and dive deep into your business, and what we'll do is we'll prepare a full report so that the buyer receives everything, and there are no surprises later during the due diligence. We also prepare a full presentation about your business and show the advantages and where it's better than other. We show information about the ROI, about the market, and everything. And then we present it to relevant buyers that we know can buy. We don't just present it on the internet and wait for random people to come. We actually approach relevant buyers that buy businesses every day and that would buy your specific buyer in your specific niche. So the process, doesn't take so long. It can take about 3 months or 4 months, depending on the size of the business. With 8-figure businesses, it can take a little more, but that's the time frame. And at the end, you sell your business to someone, and then you have to give 3 months usually to assist the buyer with the process. So we try and help through all the stages, including the transfer of the assets. Transferring the Amazon account is always something that Amazon sellers are worried about. We've been doing, even at the firm, we've been doing that for years, so it's not an issue.
Also for European accounts?
Yeah, for European, it's more difficult. It takes more time, but it's definitely doable.
Okay. Look, I think I have, my question is probably the one that everybody has now, like, how much am I worth, right? But maybe before we start with that, tell us what type of businesses are even sellable. I mean, like, we have listeners that are doing private label. We have wholesalers, or we have probably some other
Right.
types of business as well, like online arbitrage. There's retail arbitrage, right? So, what kind of business is sellable, and how much can you get for it?
First of all, most of the growing businesses are sellable. Okay. And I'm saying growing on purpose because, businesses that are declining, and, they're less sexy,
Mm-hmm.
buyers won't look at them. They'll go and find there are so many businesses for sale. So they'll go for the next one. Uh, but generally speaking, I gotta say that most of the buyers do prefer a private label account versus a wholesale account. Both are sellable. The buyers would be different, but I'm talking about our experience and who are the buyers that come to us every week and are looking for brands. I guess they want their own IP, they want their own brands rather than selling other people's brand. But most business, I mean, both are sellable. It's just a matter of I guess, how many buyers there are for each group of accounts.
Okay, suppose I have a small private label business, registered brand, no problems with IP or patents or whatever. And I'm
That
growing.
That you know of.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Suppose I had a consultation with you, and you also acknowledged there are no problems. Okay. Obviously, if there are some problems that I don't know of, but I can't estimate how serious they are, right? But let's say like it's a standard case, and we're growing, so we're sexy. How much money is such a business worth?
Right. So what we'll do is we'll look at your business. We'll look at the revenue, okay, and then we'll look at your profit. Let's say your revenue is $1 million. It's not a small business, as you said, but let's say it's $1 million, and then that your profit are 200K, okay, which is 20%, which is nice. Usually in private labels, we see a profit of 20 to 30. How do you calculate the profit? What we do is we take the revenue and we retract all of Amazon's fees. We retract the cost of goods and shipment, and we retract all the advertising costs, PPC. If you have Facebook advertising, rebates, everything, we retract that. We do not retract the salary of the owners. Okay, so that's not included.
And the salary of VAs and everything?
We do retract VAs. So we retract, all the expenses that are directly related to the business. VAs are actually something that the buyer VAs will probably want to continue working with VAs. They are great, and they are great assets to the business. So they will probably continue working with them. So we do include VAs. We include software like Sellerboard or Helium 10, whatever. And then we take that profit and you apply a certain multiple. Now the multiple in that industry can be 2 to 4, really depending on the kind of business you have. 4 is really the maximum that you see for
2 to 4 years.
Larger. It's like 4 years. There's a multiple on your last. So we take the profit for the last 12 months. And then we apply a multiple of 4 to that last 12 months profit. The 4 is really for larger businesses. The average for a growing good business is around 3 in the industry. Mm-hmm. So going back, we have an account selling 1 million. The profit is 200K. So you would probably sell it for 600K plus the inventory. To that, you would add the inventory to that amount. So it can be a transaction of 700 or something like that.
You mentioned growth. You said like growing businesses are more sexy. Like how big should this growth be? Is it like 1%, 5%, 20%, 100%? How does that impact the price?
So it really depends of your category and what can be expected in your category. Some of our clients are growing 100%. It really depends but when I'm saying growing is at least more than last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's than the previous year. So even 20% or 30%, that's enough. It's not. I'm just saying that if you're selling less than last year, then sometimes it's fine and there's an explanation for that. So it doesn't mean you won't be able to sell. Sometimes it's because you didn't have the money for inventory, or you had a problem for a few months, or the coronavirus started, or whatever happened that can be explained. Then that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But if it's something that, if you're declining because there are more and more competitors, that can be a problem.
So actually, you mentioned Corona. That was what I was going to ask. Um, is 2020, because 2020 is the Corona year, at least. Look. I hope it's the last one. But yeah, is it a good time to sell now, or does it even matter? The whole Corona stuff and everything.
If it's a good time to sell,
Mm-hmm.
actually, it's for us. I can only speak for from our experience at Fortune. Many more sellers and less buyers. What happened is the exact opposite. So there are more and more buyers. During the last month, there has been so many new buyers. Many of them just saw what was happening, I guess, online, and the fact that that's where people should be. So we are seeing new large retailers starting to look at online businesses. So for us, at least, they're fortunate. We've been doing so many deals since the COVID started that we were actually very surprised. Of course, some of the businesses were declining for a couple of months, but that didn't stop the deals at all. Buyers understand that it's something that can stop, and you can always structure a deal that would deal with the corona. For example, you can say that the multiple will apply to the profit for the last 12 months when you're looking at September, for example. So you can do a deal based on September, many months after the corona,
Mm-hmm.
or you can just retract the corona and ignore that period. Some sellers have been selling 10 times more than the usual times, the usual period. So for them, it's been, it's been the opposite. They've been doing even better, and the corona was actually very positive for them. All the toys categories were booming during the corona. For them, it's like Christmas.
So tell me, when do you get your money? Like, is it
Our
straight
money or
away?
your money?
If
You get
suppose the
your money.
seller sells the
Yeah.
business, is it straight away, or is it like next 12
Yeah.
months?
So what happens is that so there's you start a transaction. Most of the transaction work that way. You usually sign an LOI, which is like a letter of intent to start the process. Then you sign the agreement. Okay. When you sign the agreement, the money is transferred to an escrow company, so that it will stay there and it's secured, and that the seller has paid. And then you start transferring the assets to the buyer. So you transfer your account and you transfer your trademark, and we transfer all the assets, your domain name, everything we need to transfer. Usually sometimes there's a small period of like 1 week or 2 weeks where the buyer wants to see that everything is going well, and then at that period you receive your money. So that would be, I guess, if you started the process, finding a buyer can be 2 weeks or a month. It depends on the business. And then there's the legal part, which can be a month, or, and including the due diligence during that part. And then the migration and everything up to a month. So I guess 3 months is a good time.
Okay, cool. But it's normally like directly after the transaction. It's not like you get there's a
So,
vesting period of 1 year or 2 years or something like this?
no, so most of the deals we see lately have a cash component. For example, 80% would be cash, and then some component that is not cash. For example, it would be a part that is paid over a year or paid in 1 year. Sometimes it depends of the performance. So sometimes they call it stability payment. For example, some buyers say we will pay you 50% of anything that's above the profit that you had. So if I'm growing, you will get a percentage for that. So that they call it stability payment. It's, to make sure that it's not declining after you sell the business. So if you believe in your business, then usually you would be fine. The only problem is that you let the buyer driving your car. The buyer would have to manage the account, so you have to trust the buyer. So it really depends of the of the specific buyer and how experienced they are. But most of the deals we see for larger accounts have some kind of component that is not cash.
Okay, very cool. So tell us, like, if somebody wants to sell, I assume they should, contact you, and we'll leave the link in the description. What kind of what part do they get for free from you? Right. So starting at a certain point, they will have to pay money, but like, if they're not even sure that the business is good or sellable, like,
yeah. So the consultation. So I mean, we work on a success-based fee. So you pay when you get a transaction. Actually, when you get your money. So that's on our part. But even before we start the process, usually there's an initial discussion where we look at the numbers, we look at your business, and we decide together if that's the right time to start or not. That part is part of the process, and we are here for the long term. There are clients that we started 2 years ago, and we felt it wasn't the right time, and then a year later they came back and we sold the business. So we're trying to look at the larger picture.
Okay, got it. Look, thanks so much for this. This was also very interesting, and congrats. I'm really your fan, because you have 2 companies in there in different sectors, and both seem to perform well. So thumbs up on that.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
So we'll leave all the links in the description, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment, and like this video and subscribe to this channel. And check out Yael's homepage, and basically both homepages. Thanks so much.
Thanks very much.
See you. Bye-bye. Good luck.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to our channel. We're making those videos regularly. And let us know what you think in the comments. See you. Bye-bye.